loud. And someone we've been seeing a decent amount of, after the scourge that's been Andrew kind of keeping Jackal from winning every fusion. Jackal has just been kind of coming here almost every other week and staying on the grind. And it's nice to see, like every once in a while, you get some new competition, well, new quote unquote, but fresh competition is a better word. And we got someone all the way from Westchester. We got Bobo on the Snake. This guy's making some moves recently, I think. I think he, who did he just beat? I think he beat Zamba. Yeah, he did beat Zamba recently. At, was it a monthly? Is that something? I forget what tournament was that.
Have to check on the
He did. I know he did it.
Yeah,
I would never lie to you,
that.
beautiful viewer. Maybe lie to him, but not you guys.
Yeah,
dude, I haven't casted with the zoom in camera yet. I'm a big fan of
this. Yeah, just a little repositioned. The walls painted as well on the fusion backdrop. Like
the voices are getting louder.
They're screaming. What? I can't remember what it was at, but it was definitely, yes, I definitely remember Bobo recently getting a win over Zamba. His first win over Zamba, I believe.
Really?
So, more props to him, more power to him indeed, but got a different beast here as Wolf stocks have been on the rise as of late. It was a good weekend for Wolf overall this past March weekend.
The only thing that Wolf did was Jakal winning Dan's birthday bash. Nothing else happened. Or Dan's wedding bash. Wow. Look at me, dude. You can tell I'm nasty. My bad, guys. But yeah, and honestly, like, you are not wrong. Like, this character is in such a weird place. Like, people like swear he's bad. They swear he's actually hidden. Like, dude, how do you feel about Wolf personally?
I feel like Wolf is in this weird state where he's kind of on the surface, very similar to Palutena's current state in the metagame, where they're in this like jack of all trades, but above average at everything kind of vibe. When a lot of characters, especially characters like Snake, are finding a lot of success in the current metagame based on their high specialization, while Wolf doesn't have those specialized assets, he does make up for it by always being able to find a location, and no matter the opponent, where he's better than it. And if you can hone on to that specifically, which is difficult because it's matchup to matchup, player to player, then you can find success. Unfortunately for Jakal, his current positioning is very much centered on trying to catch trying to effectively do staggered block strings, and Bobo is at a high frequency, jumping, rolling, and spot dodging out of any shield interaction to try and keep the explosives coming, and that's throwing off Jakal, at least in the early part. But, the benefit of all of these sets, best of 3 or best of 5, is you got a little bit of time to adapt, especially on stages like Pokemon Stadium.
My favorite thing about Bobo's play is the way he floats around. Like, how every Snake has their own specialized brand of camping, quote unquote. The way that Bobo kind of floats around. Ooh! Okay, you shouldn't float around that ledge like that. Floating around the mid-range and like forming this oval where you can't safely laser as Wolf. You can't really like poke for your aerials normally, because Snake's kind of covered again with that short grenade toss. And when you roll up on him, you just roll away and reset. And again, as your Snake, you're taking that trade every day of the week, because Wolf, you hit me the wrong way one time, you're at 68. You could just lose a stock off a throw, or you could just find a back air that low. Oh my god, Jude. Good morning.
So, good morning indeed, Billy Hatcher style, because he cracked that egg and then some that Bobo was trying to set up. Like, it was all in that frequent type of soft toss zoning, like you were talking about, Momo, with a lot of soft toss, roll behind, like, let me make sure I always have a grenade out. But one big play and one opening that Jakal found on the second stock just snowballed into some crazy momentum, as what Jakal does and what Wolf can almost always try to lean on, especially against characters like Snake, is just a sheer mobility aspect. And Wolf can get into the positions that Bobo and Snake really don't want you to be in so unbelievably fast.
Exactly. I mean, like, we're already seeing Jakal, like, you know what? You want to play around this mid-range so well with these soft tosses? I'm just going to run you down. Like, of course, Snake can keep up in the close range with his frame data, but Jakal's doing such a good job of catching Bobo off guard, where he's in the middle of putting out a grenade, putting on C4, and forcing Bobo in such awkward position where he has to react immediately. And albeit Bobo's doing a decent job so far, and we're seeing he's already reacting on the fly and triggering this quickly, having that back throw there. Looking for another back air. But Jakal going low. Oh, goes for a greedy down air. But
I like the idea though. I like, you know what? Same brain
dude,
cell.
Dude, you know the commentator running joke is nice back air. In Tri-State, it's I like the idea.
It's important. I think that shows a lot about where Tri-State commentary is, because all of us have seen a whole lot of great ideas and a whole lot of bad ideas between a lot of the gameplay going on.
I'm gonna start hating these ideas. Like vocally hating the idea. You know what? Bad hashtag. Bad idea.
This idea, not it. That DI,
that
not
DI,
it.
terrible idea.
That's
Thank
rough,
you, Jakal, for that great example.
No, I like that Jakal's been doing a lot of early recoveries to ledge, though. It's sometimes a little greedy. You know, you're wolf flashing to a platform, wolf flashing to right onto Bobo. But it's been a lot of... He's been wielding that mix-up of going high a lot more volatile, with a lot more volatility in this game number 2, which has been, I think, really important to stop Bobo, and at least from going for easy ciphers off stage. Oh, and very nice stuff there. Previously, we saw Bobo get the stock off the forward throw. That time he mixes up with the down throw, and knowing that Jakal was probably going to be, at very least, DIing differently. Hello! That Firewolf.
Dude, I haven't seen the quirky Jude Firewolves in a minute. I'm glad they're back. That was a great era. But yeah, honestly, against Snake, you have to do weird stuff like that. Again, like his presence with those huge aerials, like his back air the size of Indiana, and the space he covers underneath the PS2 platforms with the C4 and the grenade. You gotta get quirky off stage like that. You're seeing Jakal trying to hold the ledge once more. Max rage here on the Snakes. You need to stock yesterday.
Yeah, 1 forward tilt, a strong nair ought to do it, which is what Jakal was looking for. Dash attack probably closes out the stock at most stage positionings, but it's so hard to commit to any one of these potential stock taking options because, I mean, you don't want to take any more unnecessary trades. The back throw will do it, though. Jakal finding the grab amidst a sea of explosions. Now all he needs is one big hit, but the up throw into the explosion, setting up on the platform, pre-planned and pre-positioned. Bobo taking that game.
Did he stick him with the C4? It's already on the platform. Because I'm not gonna lie, I lost it. Hey, let's see.
There, we saw
it.
Okay,
there you go.
Yeah. Drifted it to the left side platform first to place the C4, then floated back to center stage to not only hold center, as most good players end up trying to do one way or another, but also it did drag the camera much more zoomed in, which quite literally cut off that left side platform. So if you don't see it, it's simply not there.
I think it was like literally pixel perfect, where it's like on the edge of the PS2 platform, it was like hiding in the little silver part. That's kind of broken. Like, I don't know if he did that on purpose, but like, I was sick. Regardless, again, it's like the encapsulation of Bobo's entire game plan of just like his movement has been super crisp.
Yeah, much more going with that floaty type of style, like playing very similar to just one of the more classic like trapping type of Snakes, but instead of trying to exclusively use your positioning for your traps, you're trying to use your hitboxes for them, and that CQC style of Snake only gets more and more popular as people realize how good that back air is.
Literally.
It's so good.
Wolfback is a better character than Wolf. I would tell you nothing. It's just how it is.
That's tough.
That's rough, buddy. Ooh! Okay. I was going to mention that a big thing in this matchup is going to be Snake Crouch and avoiding a lot of those aerial pickups with the Fair Bear. You stay on the ground low. And Bobo doing exactly that. Can again cover that platform with the back air and doing a fantastic job of, instead of changing his game plan where he's scared of Wolf where he's going to be, just kind of taking over his space. Like, you know what? Like, again, Snake... Ew, that was icky. Nasty call out. No, just he's like adapting to where Wolf's gonna be, and he like albeit your flame dude is a little bit slower, so you have to be more with your hand on your gun. But eventually you can make it work, and Bobo is doing a really good job so far.
Hiccups off of C4 have been insane, but Jakal trying to switch up tempos a little bit, try to cover. That was an excellent air dodge for Jakal. He saw that he was stuck by the C4, tried to bait out Bobo into launching it, and whether it was an air dodge on a read or a reaction, that saved him a ton of damage because you know Bobo was in position to follow up off the C4 detonation too.
Like the forward throw there, get him away from that platform once. Again, Bobo getting way too comfortable underneath those biplats. Jakal's looking to get him out of there, and once you reset, once you have to get back into your groove, that's when Wolf can take advantage and run you down. There's a space where that laser, again, the weak upper, not going to take it, but again, covering that aerial space very well. There's that jab as a get off me tools, pressuring the shield with the F tilt. Off stage, can you make it back? Nice jump away.
Ooh, I wonder if Jakal's going to end up regretting it, especially if he loses his stock first. The jab is a punish on that dash attack as opposed to going for something like an up smash or a back throw, whether it be for positioning or just taking the stock. Yeah, we're still struggling to try and close things out. Dash attack not getting the right hit that sends straight up. Instead, it's sent over to the corner. Up tilt? No, not just kind of threatening with movement, waiting for Bobo to make a mistake, but this tank is locked down, and so is that ledge, closing down with the up smash and taking out the second stock from Jakal. Not too far behind, though, is the Wolf. It's just a simple dash attack, and we are on the final stock, survival stock for winners finals, winner's side on both of these two, and a trip to winners finals on the docket.
Bobo, of course, keeping that in mind, playing super patiently as of right now, waiting for Jakal to make the move. Again, like at this point, last stock situation, Snake's going to be taking every trade in the world. They're looking for an opening here. Jakal trying to go for that reverse laser. Not going to find that one. Finds a cheeky hit there with the laser through that, but still going to take the hit of that grenade. Good punish there with that overzealous F tilt on your shield. Just barely missing the upper. That's unfortunate because you found so much damage off of conversion off. Nice guy cycle to avoid that.
Yeah, I like the idea, you know, keeping the mix-up alive. Like we've seen roll behind, get up, roll through. Jakal playing the mix-up super well off of any Snake down throw, tossing a grenade back, finds another grab with a forward throw, looking to cover with these nairs, but Bobo learned from from game number 1. These recovery mix-ups have been immaculate. Haven't seen an edge guard since.
Jakal looking to catch him, landing between these fives in the center of the stage and find that nair into the back air. And like I said, Bobo getting caught out. The second he veers away from that platform, gets a little nervous to get caught out, getting picked up on the side. You have that Wolf Nair coming out, confirming into that back air, which was absolutely bogus, by the way. Got to put that one out there. But Jude, you got it. Yeah, I mean, a fantastic way to end the game. You catch Snake overshooting. You get them getting a little too lost in the sauce of their flowchart of like, oh, maybe I can finally move more towards the center of the stage. Maybe I can finally take more space here in the end of the game. Nah, man. This is Wolf space. You try to float here without a grenade in hand, ready to take that trade, and you're out of there. Very well played from Jakal.
Absolutely. Encroaching on Star Wolf airspace has never been a good idea, from canonical games to Smash Ultimate. As you see, a deep back air hitting low, and then basically the entirety of game 2, Jakal going low and trying to keep sniping out these low recoveries and letting Bobo get off the high recoveries and then trying to play the interaction afterwards. It's something that I always think about across a wide variety of fighting games, Momo. It's like, it's so easy to condition players with success. If something works, especially if it works repeatedly, then you might be able to find windows where you can get a punish as they keep doing the thing that's been working, and you apply the counterplay a little bit later. In the case for Jakal, he would always like try to cover low more so than he would cover high. Make sure that Bobo was so conditioned on doing any amount of early up Bs, any amount of early ciphers, because he knew once we were getting down to the final moments of game number 3, those early up Bs, those early ciphers are gonna get blown up as long as Jakal finds the first hit correctly. And you know what? Following up off of a nair, I believe, was perfectly played from Jakal to know that Bobo was going to launch that cipher high and make sure that Bobo was not going to get another chance. It didn't confirm, no. He caught the cipher.
That would have been really funny if it did. I would have believed it, honestly.
And that's important. Like, you're able to, at very least, know. It's like a soft confirm, right? You know you get the hit of the nair, so you're in an advantage position. And you know that, hey, at these spacings, and especially at these timings, I've let Bobo do the double jump cipher every single time.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to let him do it the last time when it certainly counts for the most.
This is how it goes, man. I mean,
It's well
There's
played.
just certain things where, again, like Snake players a lot of the time, is they're characters that are reliant on, not mostly reliant on their really good flow. It's a flow chart. It's a really good flow chart where you're really good at taking trades. You're really good at whether it comes to taking damage from those grenades, whether it comes for aerial trades. Whereas holding the ledge, where your entire existence is the opponent getting over aggressive and you trade them from ledge. And then when it comes to the recovery, it's kind of just lackluster of just like, I need to get back on the ground because my recovery is kind of butt. I have no hitbox there. I'm literally just like a floating butterfly floating across your screen. Like, oh no, please do not hit me. So Bobo's saying, you know what, if I can just keep this as minimal time as possible, I can float up just a little bit, get back onto the PS2 platform. Jakal's like, nuh-uh. I know where that's coming from. I know you want to get back down. And swatting him out with that back air. And that's how you do it, man.
Yeah, it's the weird kind of balancing act that you have to do between a character with a known weakness, like Snake being able to be hit out of Cypher, versus a player of that character knowing how to play around that weakness. Oftentimes you'll see double jump Cypher used close to bubble in most of the stages, so that there's just very, very few characters that can reach out there on a